What y'all think about this? If you can't tip your server, don't go out to eat. If your bill's 107.53, move the decimal over by 1, then times it by 3. She wants y'all to, she said, when you go out to eat, 30% is the tip. Keon, I know that you're in the industry, or you were in the industry. Tips mean a lot to you.
Yes, we take those.
How do you feel about this math?
I mean, I would enjoy it. I mean, for me, Gabe, shout out if you want to tip. And that's why if you told good service, you're gonna get the tips anyway. But I've never been one to force people to tip. If they don't want to tip, that's fine. Just I don't try to make it a big deal. But for me, this is pretty good. You know, like if our meal was $107, I would probably pay 120. My meal's 107. I'll just drop a 20 on top of it and leave.
But she says you need to do 139.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
30%.
I know what I do is I round up. So if my meal is like
107, that could be a family of 4 at Norm's or Denny's.
Yeah, so I would drop a 20 on top of that.
So you expect a family of 4 who paid for their meals to give you a meal as if you were at the table with them?
I wouldn't know. That's what I do.
What do you mean? You that's not what you do though. You said you don't do 30%.
My meal is 1%.
You said you'll throw a dub. That's 20%.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's too much.
That's less than 20% actually.
So
the bill's 107.
About a little less than that. So I'll round
13%.
that up. So I'm giving you an example. Like let's say this is my bill. I'm dropping 120 walking out the door.
Okay, so you're leaving a $13 tip on 107. That's solid.
That's what I do.
That on 107, that's about 12-13%.
And I leave.
Okay.
If you're asking me to do more, then I'm gonna say you go fuck yourself.
So then you would disagree with this?
Then I guess so. Yeah. I'm not paying more than that. If she want to do that shit, that's on her.
$140 on a $107 bill.
But nigga, I know niggas.
You can do that off of a meal and 2-3 drinks.
But Jody, you have niggas that spend $20 on the haircut. The haircut was $20, but they'll give their barber like $60. There's niggas that do weird shit like that.
That is an actual service though.
But
that's a service.
I get it.
Well, understand that. I know this is a little sensitive for you, but you bringing me my drinks, refilling my cup, bringing my plate, have someone else bring my plate, because you ain't bringing my plate. The server from the back's bringing my plate most of the time. And you may refill my drinks once or twice. It's not the same as you making my identity. You're giving me my image.
Which is fair.
That's what a barber does.
That's a fair point. But I was also taught not to shit on people that make your food. You don't know what I did to your drink.
Absolutely, but you don't know that you've been shitted on until after the food's been eaten.
They already charged you enough already.
You don't know where my dick's been in before I serve you that drink.
How do you know someone's going to tip you or not?
You don't.
That's the point.
You don't go into it expecting the tip. You just go in there and just do the service.
Looks like that this board is expecting 30%. If you're expecting a 30% tip each person that walks in, you kind of crazy, ain't you? Because you probably making more money than the people that are dining in to eat there. Imagine an 8-hour shift, and at any time at an expensive restaurant, let's not even use an expensive restaurant, because that's not an expensive bill for 2 or 3, 4 people. That could be a 4-person. You never know where that 107 came from. So let's say that you could be doing a freaking Norm's or a Denny's. To expect 30% from every person that comes into your establishment, how much money are you making in a day on tips? Because I know at Denny's during a relatively regular day, they're doing 3-4 tables at a time.
Just about.
And to assume that people are in and out within an hour at 4 tables an hour times 8, that's 32 people in a shift. And if 32 people are giving you 30% of all the bills, you're making hundreds of dollars a day.
There's restaurants already that are
without your hourly pay. That's just tips you put in your pocket.
But I mean, some restaurants, depending on the area, they do that. But to expect that, no.
Let's say the average is $50. It's not 107. Let's say amongst the 32 tables she served, the average is $50. 10% of a freaking a $50 bill, $5 times 3, $15. 15 times 32, what we talking about? It's 156? Is it? I'm tripping. 130. I forgot. Freak. I thought I knew my shit.
What was the number?
What's 15 times 30?
No, man, don't
180?
look this way. I'm good at math, history.
Is it 180?
History is my shit,
450.
not math.
How much?
You said 15 times 30, right?
Yeah.
450.
I'm tripping. 450? 15 times 10 is 150. Times, yeah. 450, you're right. Freak. Took an L there. Live. $450, nigga? That's without the freaking pay.
Mm-hmm.
You probably made $100 in salary. Who the hell deserves to make $450 a day serving meals?
Nobody.
That's good money.
But they already.
How much is that a year?
They already charge you. They already charge you at some restaurants that you gotta fucking already pay for a tip. When your card, they already take that shit from your card anyway. If you're using money, you gotta pay for a tip. So
when you go to
shit.
restaurants?
What?
Do you tip when you go to restaurants?
They take that shit from your card, bro. Do I tip at restaurants if I don't? No, I do not tip at all. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. No, I do not. You tip every time?
That's $132,000 a year to be a waitress. $132,000 a year. You're earning well into six figures being a waitress at a Denny's with this logic. Hell no. Miss me with this bullshit.
She trying to milk.
And you have to understand, I'm the type of tipper who tips based on service.
Yeah, as you should.
I don't give a flat rate anywhere I go. I'm not, oh, I'm a 10, I'm a 15, I'm a 30, I'm a 50. No. If you don't refill my drinks, if I have to ask you, hound you down, figure you out, you don't check on me enough, your tip is going to reflect that. If you mess up on my freaking order, if you're not attentive, it's simple stuff. If you're not friendly, you going to get a tip according. I could tip you. If the service is bad, I don't tip at all. The bill could be $300. I will leave you 0 tip if I get bad service.
Have you done it before?
Absolutely.
You sound like Granddaddy. Granddaddy never gave a tip. If my kids are drinking and you don't give them water, you ain't getting no tip.
Man, I feel like if you're paying high ass,
I'm with that.
See little shit like that. You trying to get my kids killed. That's how he feels.
I feel like you paying high ass price anyway, bro. For the meal, what's the point? They getting paid anyway. That meal alone, especially if you said $300 something, that's a lot of fucking money. So then I gotta give you a tip too. Fuck that.
Man, oh my God.
And then let's be even more conservative. Let's say the average is $25. It's still what's that? 175, 225.
What you trying to add up?
That's
bro?
still $225. Remember I said $50 average per table? Mm-hmm. Cut that in half to average tables $25 a table. You're still taking $225. Would still put you at $66,000 a year. A waitress making $66K? No.
See, that's
a good ass waitress.
I don't put stock on any of that, but I mean
that's a good ass waitress.
I did say that like I would 100% be a waiter. I would try to seek a job in a Beverly Hills restaurant, and I'll be a waiter. I'll make buku
because
bread.
people do that. I mean, there's places that tip like
it's
that.
it's because of his personality. It's because of his.
I understand, but this math on 107.
Well, she's virtue signaling. She's white. And she's flexing how much money she got. This is a situation where look at divorce.
That's crazy.
This is what you should do. So I don't really put stock in
at least unless I'm getting a BJ, 30% is unreasonable. This trash customer service nowadays miss me with that 30%. Chat's not having it. Dining out is overrated nowadays. See why he says that? Because service is not as great. That's why when you
people don't go out anymore.
People go out.
I'm talking about this generation.
I had good service at the by the Pike.
When you get good service, you feel good. You want to tip them if you have it. If you have it, but to just say that what if a struggling family of 4, their bill at Denny's is 107? They gotta give you $32,
and they ain't got the money to give you a tip.
What if they ain't got it?
It's a problem. It's a problem for her.
What if and you're mad, and then you're mad? Emperor said, people get on me for not tipping for bad service. People out here are insane. And I do agree with some of the people that said some shit. Like, how about you pay your workers a fair wage? How about that? How about you pay your workers a fair wage? Look at
never
this.
gonna
Like,
do that.
in Japan, there is no tipping. Why? Because they're paid a fair wage instead of brainwashing their employees. That is normal worldwide. It isn't. They're right. In Japan, tipping is offensive.
Yeah, it's offensive. Yeah.
Pay me what I owe. What you owe me.
Pay me what you owe.
Pay me what
he
you
gonna
owe
pay
me.
what he owe.
Like Howlin' Wolf, Cadillac Records. When Howlin' Wolf got hired at Cadillac Records in the movie, he said, "Shoot." He's like, "Yeah, man, it's a new man right here, new talent. His name Howlin' Wolf." All right, man. And Agent Brody, the white man, said who owned Cadillac Records. He was like, "I'm willing to give you advance on everything." He said, "Nah, I don't bar against the store. Just pay me what you owe me." And then Muddy Waters was looking at his truck. It was an old 1930s special, toe up, rested up. Muddy Waters, decked out head to toe, suit, jewelry, new Cadillac. Looked at Howlin' Wolf. He said, "Hey, you join the Chess family? Everybody get a Cadillac." Howlin' Wolf looked at him in his suit and his shiny new Cadillac. He said, "You see this truck? You hear the rust?" He said, "I own it.
Yeah,
It
pay
don't
for
own
it.
me."
Right.
That's
That's
I like
important.
That, yeah.
And I didn't really understand that until I got older.
like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
That's what my grandfather taught us. You can see niggas that have jewelry, clothes,
Yeah.
shoes, Nike,
Yeah.
but they don't own property.
Yeah.
They don't own shit. They don't have good credit. They're broke, but they have jewelry.
I'm tapped. I didn't understand until I got older. Like,
You
I
get it
own
now.
it don't own me. What the freak does that
Now
mean?
you own, yes. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want with it. It's yours.
Nobody can tell
Tip
you
your
what to
server is that simple, especially if they go above and beyond for you. Refilling your drinks without asking, constantly checking on you. If you're blowing $80 to $100 on a family meal and you regularly go to the place, you can tip. I agree with that. I agree. That's good service. I agree with that. Absolutely. Employees should consider leaving 20 cents for your tip. Please pay our employees for us so we don't have to. The restaurant's like telling the customers, help me pay the employees for us so we don't give them a good wage.
Help me,
so
please.
Like, when you had a service job, maybe they should have you would have been happy if the tips did give you $5 more an hour, right?
No, because according to businesses, they'll close down.
No,
They have
no,
to
no.
pay them. They have to pay them.
I understand, but what if they said, "Hey, team, we're not gonna do tips no more. That stupid add $2 on
Right.
the screen that people don't like to press.
Yeah.
It's offensive.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you each $5 more an hour. We're not doing no more tips."
That's solid.
Like, no,
Niggas would have been happy.
Yeah.
They'll
Nice.
take the tips. Nope. They'll take the tips because they have that one employee or that person that they're really special with. They give them a little bit extra that most people won't get.
But as a whole, most of you guys would say, "Give us the money."
Some people got to split their
Who's
tips.
We
gonna
have to
say
vote.
no to extra $5 an hour?
because remember when Starbucks had the whole union thing,
Don't you got to split
Gotta-
all those tips though?
no, we have to make. I remember we voted for this and we want to keep our tips because we got pretty good tips.
But some of
A lot
y'all
of
had to
people voted
split
for
y'all
that.
tips.
Does
So
it-
y'all got to
does it-
split the tips like
Does it
whatever y'all
equate
make.
to what's that? $40? Was that $40 a day?
So depending on
$5 an hour is $40 a day per person.
So
Y'all getting $40 each in tips a day?
sometimes it'd be really it'd be really good weeks. So like say for example, because we're right by the freeway. So like we get like soccer teams that come through, firemen come through,
Yeah.
drunk niggas that come through that pay for 80. You know, if I drink like 60 something bucks, they'll give you the 100 and drive away.
Right.
So that extra money goes into our shit.
Right.
And then they kind of, oh yeah, we're gonna lift the taxes off the tips so they didn't have to pay. That's what they did during COVID. Before the law came out, before we were officially essential employees. So they took the tax off our tips. We got paid more. Then we became essential employees. Then we got paid even more on top of those tips. So I was bringing home $70 a week
In tips.
in tips, just tips.
Yeah.
And then in addition to what I was making.